This can only happen when these two are practiced. Now, we like to talk about reconciliation, and, about how, oh, I went out and I became a friend with somebody of a different race or somebody of a different economic class. Or, we use Martin Luther King's word that he coined, the beloved community. And that's great. We need to have that ideal set before us. But we also need to understand that reconciliation is hard work. And it's not just a matter of forming a personal relationship with somebody, but it's a matter of addressing all of these systemic issues that keep us apart. I forgot to mention, let me go back for a minute. I forgot to mention the systemic side of redistribution. West End, the 35211 zip code where we are, is the community in Jefferson County with the lowest median income. Mountain Brook, which is 4 miles away, has the highest median income. More money spent on schools. There's a better chance of kids in West End going to prison than there are that they go to college. And so we have to look at these situations and say, how can we have two communities that live in such proximity to each other with such a large income disparity? Or if we look at it at the country of a whole, that the wealth between the richest and the poorest is larger than it's ever been. And so redistribution says that something needs to be done about this, that we need to ask people in wealthy communities to give, but we also need to change the systems that create this disparity. And so it's both. It's this personal level of redistribution and the systemic. Now, Dr. Flint did a good job talking about how good Birmingham is at charity. That's that personal giving kind of thing. But we are a long way to go at systemic redistribution. And so the conservatives will tell you it's all about personal, and the liberals will tell you it's all about systemic, but it's both. Good community organizing, good work empowering low-income communities requires both. Sorry, I just needed to hit that. So reconciliation can only happen when we've done the work of relocating and redistributing. Let me tell you a story about Benton Harbor. It's a town in Michigan. Benton Harbor is right next to another town called St. Joseph's, and they're right on the coast of Lake Michigan. And St. Joseph's is one of the wealthiest communities. When I was there, I was visiting there, doing some work there in 2003. And when I was there, St. Joseph's was 92% white and had an employment rate of 97%. Benton Harbor was 96% black and had an employment rate above 30%. And these are communities that are separated by a bridge. That's all that separates them. And the summer that I was up there, there was an African-American teenager in Benton Harbor who was unarmed, who was killed by a white police officer. And the city erupted in riots. And the slogan of the rioters was, "No justice, no peace." In other words, we're not going to accept this, cushy talk of reconciliation and peace until there is justice. No justice, no peace. Now, what they were responding to immediately was the killing of the teenager. But what came out of that, when they said no justice, no peace, was the whole framework of the inequalities between these two communities that live next to each other. So reconciliation is about trying to create the conditions that allow for a just peace. Trying to create the conditions that allow for a just peace.